Move for Life has changed my life. I took it home. I've got the little sticker on the bottom of the mirror in the bathroom. My whole family does it, my kids do it, and I talk about it all the time. So it's been a fantastic thing that I've been introduced to.
At Border Express we have 11 company facilities and 105 agents that support the network. We have 350 PUD vehicles, 450 line haul vehicles and over 70 prime movers to support our LTL Express business.
We employ roughly 1,000 people across our network, 150 drivers and 700 support people that support the whole business. Manual handling is a big problem for us. It equates to about 70% of all injuries that we have across the network.
Lifting gates, pulling curtains, lifting parcels now, and obviously forklift getting in and out and getting in and out of trucks. So manual handling, sprain strains, back injuries, shoulder injuries, they're our key focuses.
Looking at what Move for Life offered us as a business, we saw that it was a great system that would engage, get our people involved and actually deliver a manual handling package that would get our people excited, enthusiastic, that would look at some of the morale aspects around the business and really challenge the way that our people thought about their movement and what they did on a day-to-day. And nobody else does it like Move for Life.
It works by reducing injuries. It works by engaging employees in a solution to a significant problem. And it works by promoting and supporting a positive safety culture so people take ownership over the way they work. We often hear that it's the best training they've ever done. Highly interactive, no desks, no PowerPoint. 80% of the time, people up on their feet, learning by doing. Employees love it.
So I think what makes Move for Life special is it's not the type of training that somebody comes along and then they're told that they need to do a certain task or a certain thing in a certain way. Move for Life engages people in a totally different way. It shows them, their autopilot. It shows them and then, demonstrates a new option, and then they get to feel and experience that for themselves.
It just clicked in your head straight away. I can see how just simple movements can change the way you do things. And they're not short-term fixes, they're obviously a lifestyle change. The guys just want to see something that works. They don't want to see any rubbish behind it or try and be sold. They just want to know, yep, if I do this, it'll work for me.
I've been involved in 3 rollouts of Move for Life through 3 different organisations that I've worked with. So, when I came here to Border Express, it was something that I was really keen to get rolled out as soon as we could.
Knowing Move for Life like Mark does, he was very clear about becoming a Move partner and building in-house capability to deliver the Move training program.
We wanted to bring the capability for our people to actually deliver the training, in our branches and on the floor across the network.
12 trainers were flown in from all around the country into Melbourne. We spent 3 days working with them, becoming adept at becoming Move trainers, and now they're back in their states rolling out a 6-month rollout plan.
And it was also important that those people weren't just our trainers, that they were people from the floor, they were people from operations and from other parts of the business. So our group of facilitators, if you like, are from across the whole business.
The best thing about being a Move trainer is that you can influence people. Everyone's done manual handling training before. Everyone sat down, had this conception that this is what we need to do and this is how it's going to be done, but it's completely different to that. Within sort of minutes, they're engaged, and what you're seeing is people straight away are able to take something away from the session, and it's a completely different concept.
The initial feedback from the trainers about delivering Move training to their organisation has been extremely positive, and it's not just that, but also getting some positive signs in safety as a whole.
One of the biggest feedback moments that I have had with Move for Life training is when we get to the 60-second investment. That's when you see the look on their face, that total commitment, understanding, and that's when you can see that they want to take it away and use it.
Adam's a great example of the ideal Move trainer. Great rapport, excellent communication skills. He genuinely wants to be a great trainer. He's doing a great job, there's no doubt about it.
Whilst the cost is an upfront cost, the flow-on effect, the cultural effect to our business in terms of lost time injuries, medical expenses, and then the general people feeling good about what they're doing, knowing that they're likely not to hurt themselves when they come to this place is so important.
Success for me is, that we have a decrease in those types of injuries or the impact of those injuries, but more importantly that our people understand what they're doing training in a way that then they can work with us on reducing the exposure to those types of injuries. The other is involvement. So we have a behavioural safety program that runs, so we'll be able to measure, certain behaviours and observations from our leadership across the next 2 years, and obviously a lowering of the workers' comp and workers' comp related costs, but then also just the impact of those injuries generally. We get a lot of, that was the best type of training that we've ever done. We get a lot of thank yous, which is always great.
It's making people talk more, which is fantastic. We're trying to build that safety culture where everyone's owning safety.
And I think from a leadership perspective, the other advantage is it doesn't leave our leaders with a mandate to go out and say, you must do it in a particular way. It's actually leaving those choices up to our people. And for the most part, people make the right choice when they're shown the new option. And I think that's why it works.
We're now 10 years old, and we know that for the next 10 years we're going to be changing people's lives. We're going to send them home to their families to play with their kids or to play sport on a weekend, not be hurt. And that's what gets us out of bed every day.
If anyone was thinking about rolling out Move for Life, absolutely go for it. It'll be one of the best programs that you'll ever roll out. It's fun, it's interactive, and it engages people in a totally different way around manual handling.